What is going on, guys? It is All Gains, No Breaks, here with the new one, and today is the day we are gonna go for 100. I'm gonna keep in mind to make sure that I have all the weight on the bar this time. No mistakes like I did last week. For getting the extra 5 pounds. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go for 100. Honestly, right now it's probably about 30 minutes before I attempt it, before I get started, start warming up. And honestly, I'm feeling really confident. After Friday, I really worked on my form, and I feel good with the form. I feel like I'll be controlled. I'll really be able to tell once I start warming up. I know last week as I started warming up, I felt it didn't feel heavy. It just felt shaky. Um, so I'll really be able to tell once I start warming up. But currently, I feel about ready to go. And last week, if it was like, how likely do you feel that I was gonna hit 100 pounds? And I would probably say like 80% out of 100. Like, I was pretty sure I could do it, but like there were still doubts. Now I would say it's about 90%. Like, I feel like I'm really there. It's gonna happen. I feel like it's not that heavy, especially after doing 95. And really, the sticking point with that was the stabilizing muscles. Um, it was kind of heavy, but doing that last week and then last Tuesday, today is Tuesday, so a week ago, I feel like I'm prepared to do even more. I did yesterday. I had a cheat meal my bad, not yesterday, Sunday. I had a cheat meal for my birthday. It was very greasy and very spicy, so it just absolutely destroyed my stomach the next day, Monday. And so yesterday, Monday, I didn't eat a whole lot, like barely anything. Um, so definitely that's concerning me a little bit. Like, I hope that doesn't affect me going into this. I did weigh myself before attempting on 139.8, I think. So like I have over the last few days kind of gained some of that water weight with extra carbs and stuff like that. But guys, I think it's going up. I'm feeling confident. I might record, after this if I did fail all like, damn, like I didn't get it up, but I feel like it'll be good. I feel like I'll get it up. But with that being said, I think that's kind of all I wanted to say. Besides, I don't know if carbon up is really gonna help me, but leading up to this, right now I'm trying to carb up, get extra hydrated, and I'm about to take my get a little cracked out on caffeine, and just go for it. I feel confident. I feel like it's gonna happen. So that's all I really wanted to say. But here we go, guys. Go ahead, comment if you think I'm gonna hit it, or if you think I'm gonna fail the attempt and I need more time. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it, and let's see if I hit it.
Keep that mask on my face, bitch, Halloween. Baby girl, swallow me. Demons, they follow me. Keep that mask on my face, bitch, Halloween. But ain't no trick or treat. You ain't getting shit from me. Put in work, little nigga, ain't shit for free. It ain't no trick or treat. You ain't getting shit from me. Put in work, little nigga, ain't shit for free. All these old niggas hating on me. Sit in your wheelchair. I think it's time to leave. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the
Well, shit, guys. As you guys could clearly see from the video, we failed it. We failed 900 pounds. It was in here. I could feed into my ego, and I could say, hey, I technically got the weight up, right? I technically got 100 pounds up, and I could say that. I'm not gonna. Right, I watched the video back. I didn't get it. And even though, yeah, I got the weight up, I still had the spotter hands on the bar, and compared to the 95, it was a lot more help than on 95. 95 was maybe just the fingers, but this was like a lot more. I'm watching it back. It wasn't like doing it. It was just the stabilizing muscles, or one little tweak would help. That's what I thought when I did 95. I thought, hey man, if I just tweak my form, then I got 100 pounds in the bag. And watching the video back of me doing 100, it wasn't just my stabilizing muscles that were not strong enough. It was my stabilizing muscles were not strong enough. The first set I did total, I attempted 100 pounds 3 times, because after every failure, I was like, no. I just gotta tweak my form a little bit. I gotta just rest a little bit and then hit it. So I failed 3 times. And the first time, it really looked like I failed about halfway up, and which would indicate my shoulders are not strong enough, right? The second time, I couldn't even get it up off my chest, which would indicate my pectoral muscles are not strong enough. As well as when I would get it to the top, I was even struggling there, right? Which would indicate triceps are not strong enough. So from the way it looked, my stabilizing muscles, those weren't as bad or as much of a limiting factor it looked like. But in terms of pure strength of the muscles, I was just lacking. Shoulders, triceps, pectoral muscles, everything. I was just not strong. And in terms of form, my form was horrendous, guys. At times, once I was going up higher than the other side, sometimes it almost looked like maybe one hand was closer than the other one. The other one was like farther, because one arm would be bent more when the other one wasn't as bent. I don't know. And one thing that really frustrated me is constantly throughout the set, whenever I would drop the weight down, my wrist would be good. But as soon as I would start to bring it up, it would always, my right wrist looked good, but always my left wrist would bend back. And that causes a force leak, and I could feel it. As soon as that would happen, the bar would stop, and I just didn't have the strength to push it up. And really, I think the only thing to do is, I haven't had a bench day where I'm working on form like I did this Friday. I haven't had that for a while. Usually every bench day I'm trying to go as hard as I can, as heavy as I can. And I think implementing that going forward every Friday, my second bench day, just trying to focus on form, as well as if I can have a spot watching my wrist, especially the left one, and as soon as it starts to bend back, like, tell me your wrist, so I can hopefully, bring it forward a little bit. And I don't know what it is. I'm trying to grip the bar as hard as I can. I guess if you guys have any suggestions on how to possibly not, bend the wrist back. I'm trying to drive my hands in when I'm gripping the bar to have it sit lower in my palm. I mean, I'm trying everything. It seems like my right wrist is really improved, but my left wrist just continues to keep doing that. I don't know if I'm subconsciously pushing the bar back. I don't know. It's something I'm definitely gonna have to work at. I don't know if it's my wrists just not strong enough. Maybe I need to do forearm exercises and just work on this motion, doing wrist curls. I don't know. So if you guys know, let me know in the comments, because there's been some I've been struggling with for a while, and I would really like to fix it really well. I would really like to get ahead of it and, get that taken care of. But yeah, guys, watching it back, I'm just really disappointed in myself. And, it's not like anything that I could really control. But it's sometimes you just gotta have that conversation with yourself and put your ego to the side and just, I'm not strong enough. My muscles are not strong enough. I am not strong enough to do 100 pounds. And it sucks to say that, but it's the truth. You have to have those real conversations with yourself. And am I ever gonna hit 100 pounds on the bench? Yes, 100%. I truly believe that. I will hit 100 pounds. In fact, I am very, very certain that before the end of the year, it is October 7th today, before the end of the year, calling it now, and I really hope that, I'm not wrong, but before the end of the year, I will hit 100 pounds. God willing, I would consider my max bench is now, my 1 rep max is now 95. It's not 100. But thinking back to earlier in the year, February, I mean, clearly I've gotten a lot stronger than then, because that was the peak of my bulk, almost 156 pounds. And, I remember trying to do 95 pounds. And, it wasn't like I controlled it on the way down and then just couldn't get it up. It was, I couldn't even control on the way down. It sunk. And I just couldn't even do that with 95. Now watching this back, doing 100 pounds, I don't know if I have a clip of me doing 95 or like maybe it's 90. I don't know. I don't think so. I'll check though. But it sunk. I didn't even have control of it. And even though with 95 pound, even with 100, my form wasn't good. I was all over the place. But, thinking back to a long time ago, like a year ago, doing like 60 pounds or just the bar or even 55 pounds. It was like I would tip from side to side and like my stabilizing muscles were nowhere. And now, even though it's a little bit all over the place, at least I'm not fully tipping over. With 100 pounds on the bar, that's like a big difference. As well as, like I said, I was bulking when I did that, and I couldn't even do 95. And I barely could do 90. And now with the 100, I at least, as I was lowering it, able to control, load it. I was trying to go a little fast and use a little bit momentum because I just didn't want to pause. I have such a bad habit of pausing at the bottom. And once you pause, it's really hard to get it back up. But like I said, I was bulking then, and I'm able to control the lowering of the 100 pounds, and I'm not bulking. Actually, on the contrary, I was cutting, and I did go on a lot of trips. I was doing a lot of traveling. So during that time, I wasn't tracking as seriously. But I cut for about 22 weeks, something like that. And I was able to cut down from 156 to about somewhere around 138, right? So once I got to 138, I hit a plateau, and I weighed in at the same weight for 4 weeks in a row, around the same, like 137 to 139, around there, right? And I decided, I was already eating at 1,400 calories. I was tired all the time, fatigued. My workouts were being really impacted. The amount of sets were going down. I would get like 2 or 3 workouts in, usually about 2, and I'd be like, man, I'm gassed. I can't do anything else. So I knew that, cutting for 22 weeks, that fatigue was just getting way too high. And I was like, my birthday's coming up. I want to take that time to not have to worry about dieting and just eat, what I want to for my birthday. So I decided for 3 weeks to go back to maintenance. And the day that would end that break from the diet is today. Today I'm going to be going back to the diet. Now, thinking about the fact that I've gotten stronger despite losing all the weight I did, and being on a cut, and Even though I've been hitting maintenance, I haven't like gained weight. Maybe a pound, 1 pound, which is probably most certainly just water weight from the extra carbs. So being able to gain that strength despite that, but I'm still progressing, but on the bulk I was progressing a lot faster. It was like every week to 2 weeks I was adding 10 pounds, whereas the 10 pounds on the bar, whereas on the cut I'm still progressing, but it's more like 10 pounds every 3 to 4 weeks, so going forward I don't think it's going to be like, oh, next week I'm gonna go for it again. I'm not. I'm actually going to be temporarily moving away from this like little challenge, the road to 100. I'm still going to be doing the road to 100, but just in the background, not on camera. And I will update you guys when I'm able to cleanly hit 100, and I'll show you guys that. But I think, I have a lot of other ideas for videos that I think I want to go into and focus on more rather than continuing to just every week, trying to go increase this bench press, get closer to 100. But I definitely think probably in about some like 8 weeks, another 8 weeks, despite losing more weight and being on a cut again, I do truly think in about 8 weeks, we're probably gonna be by that time benching 100, and I think it's not gonna be like a 1 rep max of 100, but actually like attempting to do a working set of 100 pounds. Like, I don't think it would be a lot of reps, maybe like 2 or 3. But that's the goal that I'm shooting for in another 8 weeks. But continuing the diet, continuing the cut for the next, I guess if you count this week, it would be the next 9 weeks. Trying to get the last little bit of fat off, and then at the end of my 9 weeks, I will be going on another trip, so I will be out of town. But once I get back from that in December, I will be officially starting my lean bulk. I will be lean bulking for about, give or take some time, about a year. Really trying to put a lot more mass on, a lot more size on. So I think that'll be good, and I'll be starting that in about 9 more weeks. But yeah, guys, it's disappointing I didn't hit 100, that I failed, especially with as confident as I felt. I guess it was a false sense of confidence. But it's all right, I was too weak to be able to do it. And that's okay, because I'm gonna train hard and I'm gonna try to lock in with everything. Right now I'm pretty locked with the diet, but fully lock in the training. And the last one that I haven't been doing since lifting, and I seriously need to do it. And I've been talking about doing it for a long time, but I think I need to definitely for the next 8 weeks at least, is locking in my sleep. That's super important. I haven't been sleeping good, staying up way too late. So I think if I lock that in, and it's gonna make a big difference along with the diet and the training. Yeah, so I think we're probably gonna hit that in the next 8 weeks. But once again, I don't know if I'm gonna update you before that, or if, you know, the next bench press video you guys watch is me attempting it again in 8 weeks, or, you know, attempting a working set of 100 pounds in 8 weeks. Or if I'll update you before then. Probably not. I'm thinking it's probably just gonna be the next attempt is the next bench video you guys are gonna see. But, you know, next week going forward, the next few weeks, I have other videos planned. Next time I see you guys will be a different video than the bench video. Yeah, guys, but man, it sucks having to eat my ego and all that, but it is what it is. This is a part of the journey. You know, this is a part of the road to 100. You're not gonna get it every time. You know, there's gonna be setbacks. There is going to be failed attempts. It's part of the journey, you know? Because I think if I said, oh, I'm gonna hit 100 pounds, and then like I upload a video and hit it clean, you know, it's like, well, that's not much of a journey. You just went out and did it. You know, it has been a journey of slowly building up and failed attempts and setbacks that I think it's gonna make it that much more of a bigger deal, at least to me. Once I do finally cleanly hit 100-pound bench, to finally say, hey, you know, I was finally able to do this after all the failed attempts, after all of the trying and growing and getting stronger and working at it, and all of the setbacks, I finally did it. Like, I think it will make it that much bigger of a deal. Yeah, I guess on the channel, for the road to 100, it's not like over. It's just kind of put, at least on the, it's still going on in the background, but on the channel it's put on a pause for now. So I guess for right now, this is a finale. Not really a great one. Kind of like a depressing finale, but that's the way the story goes. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But, you know, right now I just want to say thank you to everybody that has been following along with me through this journey and has been encouraging me and giving me tips. It means a lot to me, and you know, this in the end, going forward, you guys will see me again, and in 8 weeks I'm gonna hit 100 pounds. You guys are gonna see it. I'm very excited for you guys to be able to see that. But yeah, that was this video. If you have any suggestions or concerns, tips, or anything you guys want to say, go ahead and leave it in the comments. Drop a like. It always helps out with the algorithm. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss another one. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.